Today I want to build a house, but not that big. Let's make it smaller. And even smaller. That's about right. Today I want to build a tiny home in The Sims 4, but without any packs or custom content, so it's base game only. We don't have Tiny Living to guide us, but we will still stick to the rule to not go over the official 64 tiles. The goal is to not make it look like a base game home, but decorate it as nicely as possible. So at the end of the video you can be the judge of that and tell me if you would have thought of this build as a base game only house or not. Let's get right into it. 64 tiles actually does not sound that bad, so let's give it an upstairs as well, where we can put the bedroom. For downstairs I put 40 tiles and the remaining 24 tiles were used upstairs. I did actually plan the balcony, but I wasn't sure if that would count as tiles, so I did not add one. Let me know in the comments if you happen to know that. Then I put some tiny lights inside so we could actually see what is going on. When I'm playing casually, I exclusively use these lights, but I will change them later in this build so it looks better and more put together. After putting down the door for the entrance, I wanted to get the stairs out of the way. I thought about adding a ladder, but since 64 tiles is not that small, I wanted to add a nice open staircase. First I had some struggles on where to put it, but I do actually love the placement and how the stairs turn. I never use these particular stairs, but I think it works perfectly here to open up the space. Once you get the stairs down, the rest is easier to imagine, so I knew immediately that the part beside the stairs had to be the bathroom. 6 tiles is a good size for a bathroom, and since we don't have any open shower or wall shower in the base game, I think it would be rather difficult to make the bathroom any smaller and still have it function properly. I also used the chance to put the door where the stairs start. This wouldn't work without move objects, but it still functions this way. I did playtest everything in the end, and with this move I did save a tile of space. Now I could use this nook for a little desk setup. I didn't know we had that desk lamp in the base game. I think it looks quite cool and modern. I did fiddle with it a little bit to get a good placement, but I think it did work out in the end. And I put down a rug to save the wood floor. Next I wanted to tackle the kitchen, but I quickly realized that even though 64 tiles is a lot, it was still a tiny home, and since I wanted an upstairs, I had no place for a living room, so I turned the kitchen around and made it smaller. The counter in the corner is just decoratively, but I do like how it came together and how every space is used up. Then I put down a couch table and a TV. I did end up moving the entrance door for this, but I still really like it. I put down a little shoe organizer so the entry hall wouldn't look all that empty. I sneaked in some plants, some wall art. The bookshelf wasn't all that necessary since I put down a stack of books on the table later, but I still used it for decoration so the wall wouldn't be so empty. I really like the subtle green theme. I think it looks comfy and cozy. After a while I thought about adding railings to the stairs. I did like the open stairs, but imagine going upstairs while looking at your phone and then accidentally stepping on a hot frying pan. That thought convinced me to add them after all. I'm always having a hard time with the rugs. The rug selection in the base game doesn't help that. I think that's why I added a carpet in the upstairs bedroom so I wouldn't have to put down a rug there as well. Now I wanted to take a break from the downstairs and I worked a little on the upstairs. The downstairs is not 100% finished, but I do like to change it up and come back again after a few minutes to inspect the build again with fresh eyes. The upstairs was surprisingly big, so I decided to just add another bathroom with a bathtub. Or why not? Going downstairs at night to visit the bathroom seems like a hassle, and since I had the space I just went for it. My favorite thing in decorating is cluttering up a space. It just makes the build look so much cozier and more lived in. That's why move objects is so necessary. I wanted to keep it a starter home, but decorating it nicely was more important for me, so it sadly will become a little bit more expensive, but it's still not anything crazy. I did fiddle a lot with the roofing. I don't know how other builders do it, I just couldn't avoid the glitching, so I just copied the roof on top and made it flatter. The window placement is also always a struggle. I enjoy interior decorating a lot, but I don't consider myself a good builder for the outside of the build. Well, if you just look at normal houses in the real world, nobody seems to care as much as Sims builders do, but I still try to make it somewhat pleasant to look at. Then it was time to inspect the interior again and add some finishing touches. I was super excited when I found a board that went perfectly with the desk corner. I had no idea that was part of the base game. Getting in the mindset of a tiny home owner, using space efficiently for storage and use is definitely a priority. So I added the pans to the kitchen wall there and removed the painting. Then it was time to get some real lights. I think the lights above the eating area matched the atmosphere perfectly. I added some more curtains and clutter around the house. Then I thought about the space between the stairs and the bed and added a small dresser. I did not expect this to be functional, I just wanted to add something there. But later I found out that it actually is functional and you can use it to change your outfit. Of course I used the extra surface space to clutter some more, and after that I remembered that the kitchen needed a bin as well. I tried to squeeze one into the awkward space between the couch and the counter. Who would have guessed it does actually work? While looking at it now, I'm thinking whether you would want to sit right beside the stinky trash, but your sim won't mind. Then I had the idea to put up a long shelf on the window to simulate the window shelf and add some more clutter on it. But it's actually quite hard to find the shelves in the base game. If you simply search for shelf or shelves, only the kit shelf appears. So you have to go through the categories and select show all to find the other available shelves. I think the problem with the search occurs with other items as well. That's probably why the base game catalog can still surprise me from time to time. I added toilet paper in every bathroom, double checked some color options, thought about a rug but deleted it and rotated a few items. For the outside I added a stone walk and added some plants. I struggled with the tree, but luckily you can just resize them manually. I wanted a bench outside to sit and enjoy nature. Too bad that you don't get newspapers anymore. I liked the feature in the earlier games and it would be perfect to sit on the bench and read the newspaper. Then I added some shading to the floor and some flowers. As I said, I don't consider myself a great outside decorator or builder, but I'm very happy with the inside. Now let's take a look at the finished build. This is the outside. I think it looks kind of big actually from the outside, bigger than it is, but it still looks cute. But for now, for the inside, here we have the whole downstairs. I like the structure of the build. I think it looks super friendly and welcoming. The kitchen is small but still fully functional. I did sneak in a dishwasher in the aisle there on the left, so we wouldn't need another sink. The stairs go through the fridge, but let's ignore that. I also like the little salt and pepper shaker there besides the flowers. Very cute. Then we have the office corner. I did not add a computer, so the build wouldn't be more expensive, but I like how the space turned out, quite minimalistic and nice. The bathroom is simple but has all that you need. You can see that this is the guest bathroom. The one upstairs has so much more clutter. I don't know if the window placement was ideal, but you can always add a curtain. Do we have any actual bathroom windows? You know, those blurry ones? I know some packs have mosaic windows that are not see-through, but I don't think the base game has those. Next is the living room. I think it's adorable. Would you look at that and think it's base game only? I sure wouldn't. I think everything came together quite nicely. Now the upstairs bathroom. As I said, that's a lot more cluttered. I added a toothbrush and more elements to show that this is the main bathroom for the sim that lives here. The bathtub is still functional. As I said, I did test everything in the end. And now for the bedroom. My sim is taking a well-deserved nap after all the testing of functionality, so don't mind her. My highlight here is definitely the bedside table. I mean, just look at it. The lamp, the clock, the books, the tissue box. The colors go together so nicely. It looks so comfy, all thanks to Move Objects. If you want to add a double bed later, you could just delete the bedside table or even the whole second bathroom. It's not really typical or necessary to have two bathrooms in a tiny home, but I like it. It seems more practical for playing in it and there is still enough space for the other things. Before I forget, the lot value is just over 26k. So yeah, if you watched till the end, thank you so much for keeping up with all of my rambling. I hope you enjoyed the build and maybe it inspired you to clutter up some more. Let me know if you think this looks like a typical base game build to you. I think changing colors can upcycle a lot of the base game items, so let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.